everyone, welcome to Oblivion. This is going to be this week's Friday Favourites, and this game is a game that I loved as a child. I played this loads and loads and loads, and then eventually Skyrim came out, which basically everyone probably has played. But Oblivion was a little bit before that, and because of that, it's not quite been as popular as Skyrim. Not as many people seem to have played this. I feel it has a bit better of a plot. The actual storyline throughout the game is a little bit more interesting, I think. Even though the mechanics of this and visuals are a lot less realistic, so you can see from a distance that there's just not quite as much to the world. There's grass in patches. Alright, someone's coming for me. Oh, the classic mud crab. It's an RPG. You know what these games are like. It's an RPG. There's a lot of different aspects depending on how you pick the character. And you can either pick a character that does stealth, like I've done, or you can go for characters that focus more on kind of close combat. You can just pick any character you want, and you can design and make that character, and then you can work on building that character, and you can kind of grow with them. And figure out how that character should work for you. So you can do all your quests, you can join as many different kind of guilds as you want. So if you do close combat, maybe you want to do Fighters Guild. But the Fighters Guild may not be so useful for someone who wants to do ranged. So you just kind of pick the one that seems to suit you. And have these epic fights with mud crabs, apparently. Which seem to be every few seconds. So, this game is set in Oblivion, and Oblivion, it's not set in Oblivion this second, it's set during the Oblivion invasion of Cyrodiil. Cyrodiil is where the Imperial City is, which is over here. And the map, I'll show you. You've got the Imperial City, which you can wander around, do all your shopping, and there's an arena, which I'll show you in a bit. It's all very kind of interesting. The world is quite vibrant and has lots of these little cities. And on the way has lots of these little caves and encampments and stuff. So there's always stuff to be doing. You wander around wherever you want to wander, and you do whatever quest you bump into, I guess. And some of those are a bit rubbish. Some of them are much more interesting. There's some really interesting Thieves Guild quests, which I really liked. The Dark Brotherhood as well are very interesting in this. But it's very, 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 very good game. I much prefer the story to Skyrim. Now, the plot of the actual main story is that the Cyrodiil is being invaded by Oblivion, Daedric monsters. So, to begin with, there is, in Kvatch, there is a gate to Oblivion, which is like a portal. It looks a bit like a fiery lava gate. And that gate is where monsters come from, and the monsters kind of pour out of it, I guess, initially, and then they wipe out a city. Let's look at that. And the Daedric monsters are kind of what most of this is about. Take most of that, but not all of it. And the monsters are kind of bad, but they level with you. So the monsters will be tougher depending on how tough you are. So that was always kind of nice, because you always felt everything was appropriate, no matter whether you're a beginner or not. And you can approach the quests at whatever level you want to, really. Just take some of those arrows back. Take some of this stuff. Right. So I believe over here there's going to be a portal. And stuff. Do the resting thing that these games do. So I don't think this gate is going to have been. It's going to still be open, but I can show you where it was anyway. No. So the portal was originally here, I believe. Yep, there you go. And this is where some monsters would come from. To close this portal and basically help prevent the world from being taken over, you go through the portal, kill the monsters, and there's a tower, a sigil tower, which contains a stone, which you can, after killing enough monsters, you can get to the stone and you can take the stone, and once you've taken the stone, it chucks you out the portal and closes it. So that's quite satisfying. Now, as with all these games, it's kind of got a bit of possibility for messing around. There's a lot of glitching and a lot of cheats, I guess you can do. You can do console commands. You can toggle God mode, which is God mode. You can toggle collisions, which basically gives you the ability to fly. And I can just fly around. So interestingly, there's a portal up there. So I'll just, for the sake of showing you quickly, I'll go over and show you one of these portals. Drop a quick save. There's a monster over there who's a dangerous spider person. So it all goes a bit demonic when you're around here. Ow. Go. So we got that woman done, Spider Daedra. So the monsters are all various forms of Daedra. And there's also the kind of demonic people. This is a Daedroth. And these are the big crocodile monsters. Oh. But these are all going to be allowing us to go in and close one of these Oblivion gates, which I think is what I'll try and do. There you go. Got a load of that. Let's have a look at close combat weapons. Oh, that worked. Just trying to figure out what is spell casting. Oh, so that was a summoned guy. That makes sense now. You shoot your friend. So that was a power attack that managed to knock me back. The nice thing about this, as with all these games, is that doing something increases your level with it. So if you do anything, you gradually kind of get better at doing that. So the silly thing I've always found is that if you just run around and jump, you'll increase your athletics. And you can just keep doing that and spam it all the time. And suddenly your athletics is going sky high. So this is a Oblivion portal. This is part of, I guess, what you end up playing and doing. So I'm eventually going to try and get to the top of that big tower. And to do so, I've got to get around all the lava, because the lava is going to kill me. So my options are either going right or left. I'll just have a look this way, but I believe this is just going to be a dead end. Yep, I can look at the map, the local map, and it doesn't show me anything at the moment, so that's kind of useless. There's lots of these little mines. Okay, so I believe it's this way. So they're like little puzzles almost. Some of them are all the same format as with all these things. They can't. Well, I guess they could have done, but they haven't. Randomly generate like a few of them. And once they've generated a few of them, you kind of just figure out roughly where you go, and you know the pattern, I guess. But usually it's all roughly the same, so it's just going around burning corpse. So it's just getting back to that tower. Once you've gone through one or two, the first one you go through is the same one always, and it tells you what to do. So that's fairly kind of simple and straightforward. The reason I'm picking all the flowers is because the flowers have like herbal things that you can use to restore your 60 gold. You can use to make potions, and the potions will do a bunch of different things. And potion brewing, which is alchemy, is a big part of the game. Like with all the other Elder Scrolls, they all feature very similar things. But yeah, so far I haven't really had any monsters, which is kind of confusing. But I believe we're about to go in this door. What was that? Oh, was that some rocks that were meant to fall down on us? Okay. So there's a tunnel thing here. I'm just going to run away for a second and heal. And I'll also go to potions. Don't know why I'm doing that really, because oh, person. There you go. Okay. So I need to go and rest so I can restore my health. So I'll just go up here. And apparently bump into another guy. But you weren't here last time. So this is unfortunate. Right, let's get a big restore health potion. Okay, we're half full. Okay. Now we're back in business. That's better. Okay, we've not got too much more storage, I've just realised, so we may have to drop some stuff and prioritise what we're carrying. Bit of a crafting glitch there. Right, so let's get down through here. So now I can wait, but there's no point, it's already full on health. Nope. Wait. Right. So the door out there. There's usually something down here. As with all these games, there's always a reason to go everywhere. That will be a reason. Weighs a lot though, but it's worth more than I want, so... Yeah, the glass battle axe I guess isn't worth it. Oh, the iron arrow there. Elven armour. Oh, I want the glass armour. Just not the elven stuff. Mithril rubbish as well. So I need to repair stuff. When you repair stuff, you go and get your repair hammers. And you click on everything, and then you repair all your armour. And you gradually use up your... Gradually use up all your hammers, but then you buy more hammers. Or... Well, you can't make them. I think that's one of the things that this game lacked, is crafting. So this is a tower. It is not the correct tower. But I believe this one will have a way up to the other tower. So there's a door there. Let's have a look at where this is going. Right, so this goes to the base of that tower. Let's have a look up here, because there's probably going to be something up here that's useful. Might be a key, it might be... no spot. So roughly how many charges does that thing give us? Oh damn, we only get a few charges with it, and then it's run out again. It's a bit health, and we've got a potion. You get a few repair hammers. I've got another one there. Get health up. And I did that, it just said it opened a gate. So yeah, that was worth it, because it probably opened the path for me to continue. Okay, so let's go through here. And there's a guy over there. Take him out. Take the hearts, which I think you use for some potions of some form. Oh, it's opened that gate there. So we came in down there in the middle, and we couldn't get through that main gate. But this one has let us get back out. No, don't run away. The archers are always a bit problematic because they always run away from you. But let's just see if we can. Take one of my magic potions. And let's do a potion of healing. And we'll do potion of strength, so we can do more damage. So the strength will give us a bit more damage, so we should be able to kill a bit quicker. So we got any different ones. We have an ebony claymore. Danger. Keep knocking me down. Right, let's try this. Trying to get him back over here because otherwise if I kill him and he falls off, then that's a bit annoying. Alright, so I probably want the long sword. Oh, no. I'm going to decide to drop that. There we go. Now I can use my shield. I don't think that's going to work. What I'm trying to do. Get a restore health potion. So I'll mention a few of the different guilds that you can join. You can join the appropriate guild, or you can join all the guilds. I'll quickly show you them, I guess. You can join, if you get the DLC, you can join all of these. The Knights of the Nine is part of the Knights of the Nine quest line, which is one of the DLCs. The Mages Guild, the Thieves Guild, the Arena, the Blades, and the Dark Brotherhood and the Fighters Guild are all They're all part of the base game. Although it's so cheap nowadays that why haven't you got the whole game anyway? You probably get the game with all DLC for about £5 if that. It's just so convenient to pick up cheap sometimes because it's an ancient game. It's like 2007 maybe. These are taking a while. Thank you. Blade skill has increased. Drop a heavy bow. Right. So the problem now is we're over encumbered, so we've got so much stuff on us that we can't move. So we need to figure out what to drop. I think that's really worth it. All those, so we don't really need that. We've got Daedric arrows and we've got glass arrows. Glass arrows we don't really need. Daedric dagger we've already got, but it hardly weighs anything, so we might as well keep it. That weighs 62, and this weighs 50, so that's like 100 and something in total, 108, 118. Just for 2 things, but in total that's worth a lot. These boots aren't really worth much, but let's just repair stuff. So the reason I'm having to repair those lots is because they're so because they're just so sort of lightweight. That's just like cloth, I guess, so you have to repair it quite a lot because it's just let's get some restore health stuff. Great. That's restore health. And let's restore magic. Let's restore health. Cool. So that's the potion making. You just kind of utilize what you have and what you know it does. That's we can just put around the corner. Awesome. So she's a spider, so she poisons. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to increase your health too much. You can just take one of these potions that gradually increases it. Come on, she keeps healing, which is annoying. And knocking me out. She sits on really low health and then just stays there. Kind of annoying. Okay, so I'll now go and try and utilize let's just have a look. I remember there was a button for quick something. Maybe it's not on this. I remember there was like a quick menu, so you could have like. Oh, you can. So I can have number 1 as my bow. Do I want my number 2 as a dagger, or do I want my 2 as a sword? What is a sword? And number 3 is a potion of health. Number 4 we'll do as a damage potion. Very simple faster. Okay, but I also have invisibility potions. So I'll try and utilise my sneak a little bit here, and I can just basically sneak past everyone. So if I take invisibility for 42 seconds, no one can see me. So I can figure out where I need to go. I'll go through there. My invisibility will run out as soon as I do anything though. So I'll try and sneak around regardless. Ooh. So I need to get across the room. Oh, got me. So if I just go invisible, suddenly they won't be able to get me at all. Cool. So I can get out of that situation. I suppose I'll just run for a bit. I can just run up here. Run up there. So you learn how these towers are built. They're all mostly the same. They're just sometimes a little bit different. So let's confuse them all and leave them with an invisible person to chase. Invisible again. Invisibility is kind of overpowered, but am I still shooting at me? Running vessel. So this is just a quicker way of doing it. You don't have to kill everyone. Everyone dies when you take the stone. So this is the final room. Up there is the stone I'm going to try and get. But first I'll get a bit of looting done. Got one of those, which is like a healing blob. They always have loads and loads of really, really cool things that you can... Oh, what? Oh right, I'm literally... I was literally 1 point over my encumbrance. Alright, let's drop something. So that's worth 2,000. I'm going to get rid of that because that's worth so much, but so no rubbish. So got all this. So now to shut this down, we go over here, grab the stone, and then suddenly it's like, oh no, there's no stone. And then this just burns everything and the tower breaks, I guess. Basically, removes its link to the overworld where we are now. And that is Oblivion. The game and the world in this world. So that's part of what this game has. It's not all in that world, very little of it is, I guess. But you can do whatever you want. It's one of those games where you can play, just wander around and roleplay. You can wander around and try and power level your, I don't know, whatever. You can power level your jump if you wanted. Or you can fight the warthogs. Boars. And do whatever you want. The couple of things that I think are also really worth mentioning. I'll quick travel to one of them now, and that is the arena, which is over here. And this is basically like a gladiator arena, and you can start off work here, and once you're working in the arena, you can do little battles. You can sign up to do a battle of whatever you want, and eventually you get to ask this woman for battles against different animals. And you go up here and you go and fight in an arena. Let's just glitch it out to see if I can get through there. So you go up here, through here, and no, there is not. There is not a bit. Cool.
Well met.
So the arena is really good. You can just do little battles there. The Thieves Guild, you can go and do various Thieves Guild things. There's a few locations where you can go and do your thieving. Well, you can do thieving wherever you want. You can just run up to someone and pickpocket them if you like. Pick what you want, take it, run off.
You have my ear, citizen.
Luckily, he has my ear. So this is the Grey Fox. Grey Fox is a character that's part of basically the head of the Thieves Guild, mythical head of the Thieves Guild. But yeah, I really love this game. Compared to other things similar to it, like Skyrim, I felt this had so much more substance. And Skyrim was a bit like they utilised kind of procedurally generated things too much. A lot of the quests were just the same kind of thing. Oh no, there's a bandit camp and you need to wipe out the bandit camp. And oh no, there's a dragon, you need to kill the dragon that's harassing a town. And there were too many things that were very samey. And although it had some interesting things like the duenna, the dwarves, this kind of had a little bit of that because it had the Aids, which are like ancient elves, and it had so much to it that was fun, and all the quests that were quite meaningful, and that made this game a bit better for me. Plus it was just a very nostalgic one again, because I played it when I was younger, so it was important, because it was one of my favourites from when I was younger, and I probably played just as much of this as I did of Skyrim and most of the other games on this list. Probably more actually. This is one of the games I've probably spent hundreds of hours playing, rather than maybe 30 or 40 like some of them. But yeah, so this is Oblivion. It's been very, very fun to play. I don't play it much at the moment, but it has been one of my favourites, and because of that it's made it onto the list. It's made it onto my series. But yeah, so if you've got any questions or you would like to see a little bit more of this game, let me know, because I can probably make a couple more little videos, because it is quite fun to play. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And next week, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing. If this is an old game, I guess next week might be a newer one. But we'll see, because I don't need to alternate. And the other ones were, I think, a choice of something like Age of Empires, a couple of other games like that. So we've got strategy games mostly, and things like Roller Coaster Tycoon was another one. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you next week in next week's Friday Favourites. If not, thank you just for popping along for a watch. Make sure you do all the liking and subscribing and all that stuff if you haven't already. And thank you very much. See you next week.